Welcome to the Rising Sun Tavern right this way. This is a Colonial Tavern that actually began right here in Fredericksburg, Virginia in 1792. Now, my name is Mary, I'm the tavern wench, and where you're standing is the tap room. And back then, this is where travelers would come to enjoy an evening of dinner and drink. Now, the tavern keeper would serve ale to the travelers in mugs of two sizes, pints and quarts. And at the end of the night, the tavern keeper would shout, "Mind your P's and Q's," which of course meant mind your pints and quarts. Yeah, and we understand that to mean mind your manners, but it actually meant last call.
I did not know that.
Well, you'll be surprised about how many sayings actually come from tavern life. Now, as you probably suspect, these common folk were a rowdy bunch, and when they would come to drink, they often would get into fights, all right, throwing their plates and their mugs. Now, my question to you is, what do you think the tavern keeper did to protect himself?
Use a gun?
No, today yes, but back then, he would actually go behind this jail-looking apparatus right here. You can see bars of wood that go from the counter all the way up to the ceiling, and the tavern keeper would actually dive behind there to protect himself from flying dishes. And when he did so, it was said that he went behind the bar. This is where we get the term bar today.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, really? I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. Now, unlike the gentleman of the day, the commoner could not keep a tab at the bar. So that meant that he had to pay for his food, his lodging, his drink all in advance, often with a coin purse attached to his waistcoat. You can go ahead and pass that around there. Oftentimes, the tavern keeper did not have exact change. So he would give the commoner the change that he did have, in addition to a small pouch full of silver shavings, or as they would call them, chips. So the traveler was said to have all that and a bag of chips.
I thought that was a 90s saying.
That's halfway there. It's a 1790 saying. Yes. Now, when a gentleman would come into the tavern, if he had a tattered coat, for example, that was beyond the mending skills of the wench, the wench would take the coat to a quick working tailor, yes, or a Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift? She was named after Colonial dude?
Yes, she was. Probably a slave master. Now, with the furniture in the tavern, thank you, the furniture in the tavern, the wench was also responsible for making sure that it was taken care of. So if there was a piece of furniture, for example, as you can see right up here, that was beyond repair, it was the wench's responsibility to take that stool or chair out into the woods and leave it to Beaver.
I don't think that's true.
It's entirely true. It's entirely true. This has been validated by the Virginia Historical Society, whose motto is Vente Macchiato, which in Latin means truth in history.
That's not,
Oh. Oh, would you look at that? We have a coal delivery from our coalsmith. Now, our coalsmith would come every day to bring coal for the oven and set the coal against the tavern door, much like a modern-day paper boy. Now, the coal weighs a lot more than paper, so when he did that, it would often splinter the wood. This is where we get the saying, coal's doorbusters, okay? I'm pretty sure during Thanksgiving, you visited your coal buster sales. Now you know where they come from, that term. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, I think I knew that.
Yeah. Now, it was not uncommon to have a dance in the parlor, grab a partner. Now, back in that time, they would do the dance of the day, which is called the Allegheny Rigadoon. And this is when the lead, or the man, would lead all of the other dancers, or menkind. And the tavern keeper would shout out to keep time. So the music would start, and the tavern keeper would say, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind."
that's a Neil Armstrong.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, Neil Armstrong is a very wealthy tobacco farmer from Georgia, and he invented the Allegheny Rigadoon.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We're leaving.
As you can see, the slats on the floor that you are dancing on, they're called morning wood.
Don't tip her.
The mirror up there is called an iMac. If you have a lot of luggage with you, you are a Pac-Man. As you can see, the walls here are painted in YOLO or yellow. And before you go fishing, you want to make sure to cast your Netflix. And if you're going to catch a chicken and kill it, use a cock block. If you're going hunting, make sure to use a marked Rothwell dog. And also, when you are measuring, you would need to use one of two measurements. You can use the Ezra pound or the Heather Graham.
Really good toe today.
I felt good about it.